Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are making shrimp scampi. That's something that the Italians brought to America or to the US. And the first thing we're doing is the broth. And why the broth? Because we want to intensify the flavor, we want to enhance the flavor. So we're chopping the stalks from the parsley that is already washed and clean. And they have a ton of flavor, so don't throw them away. So we put them in a saucepan and we're going to add one garlic clove cut in half, germ removed, because the germ is what gives you halitosis or garlic breath. The third ingredient we're putting in are the shells from the shrimp. So don't throw away the shells from the shrimp because we're making the broth from that. And most supermarkets and most fish markets, they already clean the fresh shrimp. But if they are not clean, what you do is you cut the top of the shrimp. You're going to see a black line, a black vein. That is the intestines. And with the tip of the knife, you just lift that and wipe it on a paper towel. But most places, as I said, already have them clean, so you don't have to do that. And before I started cooking, I rinse all the shrimp, so that's almost ready to go. And then so we put the shrimp on one dish, we put the shells on another one with the garlic and the parsley stalks. We are adding water and salt. We're going to cover that, bring it to a boil. Once it's boiling, we're going to simmer for 15 minutes, 1-5. 20 minutes at the most, because if not, it's going to turn bitter and you're going to be wasting your time. So we have the water already, warming up to, in this case, you can do this broth about 2 hours ahead of time and have it ready so you don't complicate your life when you're cooking, because once you start cooking, it's going to go really, really fast. So once the broth is done, you're going to strain the broth, put it through a sieve, and set it aside and have it ready to go. So there's the water, it's already warming up. We add the salt and we're going to bring it to a boil. On my stove, that's going to take about 10 minutes. And that's the time that I'm going to need, probably less, to chop all the other ingredients and get the other ingredients ready. The shrimp is ready, so now I'm chopping the parsley. I have 20 grape tomatoes there. I'm gonna cut them in half and set them aside. I already have the garlic cut in half and germ removed, so I just need a pinch of crushed red pepper and the zest or the rind of one lemon. And we have all that stuff ready to start cooking. And the pasta, of course, and that's the amount of pasta. Is about a third of a box that I'm using for 2 servings. So we add the extra virgin olive oil. That's about a tablespoon. We're going to saute the garlic until it is brown, and we're going to remove it. We are just flavoring the oil, because the dish is about shrimp, it's not about garlic, so you don't want to put a ton of garlic in there. So now we're sauteing the tomatoes, and we're adding salt. The pasta is ready to, or the water is ready for the pasta. And in the package that I had, it says that it takes like 11 minutes for it to be al dente. So I have to cook the sauce in about 9 minutes. So I added the shrimp broth to the tomatoes. Then I put a little bit of black pepper. I'm adding the chopped parsley. Then I'm gonna add the crushed red pepper and the rind of a lemon, about half of the zest. I will cover that for about 3 minutes to 5 minutes, depending on how much time you have left on the pasta, so that the tomatoes can finish cooking. And when you have about 2 minutes before the pasta is al dente, you add the tomatoes last. They're going to release we're intensifying the flavors. We reduce the shrimp broth, and now we're adding all those flavors and the shrimp, and the shrimp is also going to release its juices. They're done, so now we add a ladle of pasta water, and that's our sauce. And all we need to do now that the pasta is al dente is add it to the pan, and it will be ready to serve. Consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the likes, and if you like what you're seeing, what you're watching, please share the video with your friends on social media. I also put at the end, before serving, I tore some basil leaves. They go extremely well with the fresh tomatoes, and it's just very refreshing, so I highly recommend it. If you could smell that, if you like shrimp, if you're allergic to it, you probably are running away from the recipe or the video. But it's super, super good, easy to make, simple to make. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Chaito.